If you don't race, you don't know what's actually improving. I was listening to a Formula One podcast and they were talking about why the Bahrain race was actually canceled, which oh no, we know. We know. And someone said, you can fix your car all you want. But if you don't race, you don't know if any of that actually worked. And what I love about Formula One is that it's exactly just that. Everything looks great until you actually test it. And that is the same thing that happens in business. So, what does this actually happen? Everybody thinks that you're actually improving things, you are tweaking everything that you're doing behind the scenes, you're trying to make it better, you're trying to upgrade it in some way, but you're also refining your words, you're trying to maybe redesign how it looks, the shell of it. And you're making it better. You're doing all the right things that you should actually be doing. But here's the thing, it doesn't mean that everything that you're doing is going to be better if nobody actually sees it. So, what is actually happening is that you are building in isolation. You are building on your own. You are building within your brain. You are doing everything that you think that you need to be doing without having anybody made a comment, test it out, made adjustments, or say or give you testimonials of how they actually think that you should actually improve it or do it better. You're only doing it in one lane, right? And I'm not saying that this is wrong, okay? I'm just saying that you are in your little bubble creating everything that you need to create. And there's no reaction, there's no pressure. You are just simply doing. And this is something that I like to call that you are actually perfecting everything in a vacuum. You are building everything in that little bubble and nobody can come in. And I know that this is something that is a little bit uncomfortable because this is the part that we don't want to share. We don't want to tell anybody what we're working on. When you have like a project or you want something to happen, but you don't know if it's going to stick or land or anything, and you don't want to say anything to nobody so nobody can jinx it. Okay, this is very similar because you know that once it comes out, you can't take it back, right? So you're trying to protect it as much as you can. And once it is out, then people will react, people will think what they think about it, and if things actually work out or not. And this happens most often in services. We work on things and what we want to build on our own in our little brains. And the thing is that the moment when it's live, it stops being yours. It is somebody else. It's out there in the world for people to actually judge. This can be a reel. This can be a video. This can be the way that you dressed up because you were, saving that beautiful blouse that you had or anything. And then somebody sees that blouse or that beautiful dress and it's just out there and you can't take it back. Well, of course you can't take it back. And how can you take it back? Because nobody has the memory. Nobody's actually waiting for what you want to put into the world. Nobody's waiting for you to come out and applaud you. Not really. That is not the reality. And I think that you don't find out until something works. You don't know. And that's what I love about Formula One and business, that it's so similar. They work on these cars. And if you don't know this, I'm a Formula One fan since, oh my God, in my early teens and 20s. And I watch every single race. But this is not about Formula One. This is about you and your service and your business. If you are working on something and nobody can test it, is the same as Formula One because they're working in these cars for the longest time. They're working in the factories. They're trying to perfect the speed, the engine. There's so many factors, right? There's so many things that they have to fix. But if they don't race, if they don't have races, they can't tweak what is actually happening. And this is the same thing for our services, our products, our life, anything. If we don't let it go, off the cuff, what I mean is you find out. You find out as it comes out. Maybe you were working on a reel. Maybe you were working on a piece of article. Maybe you were working on a blog. Maybe you were working on an email, on a proposal. You wanted to do your website. Oh my God, don't talk to me about websites. So many people don't want to put out their live websites because I don't know, like as if the world is waiting for your website. Nobody's going to know that if it's live or not live. Just put it out there and then tweak it and then test it, pass it around, ask people for feedback, all those sort of things, right? That is the race. Your race is to test, 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 and test your hypothesis that is correct. And if it's not correct, you make it right. That's it. Okay.